It's a Sunday, hence this look. I'm still in my kind of, sleepy mode, or certainly lounging mode. Not so sleepy, actually, been up for quite a few hours now. So, day 20 on my 110-day challenge. And I wanted to talk about connections as a maverick. So, the conundrum of wanting to feel like you're really not just the only one on this planet, and no one can relate to you, or you can't relate to anyone. um Actually, I still think that stands the deeper sense of being deeper sense of relating to someone, or having anyone relate to you. I don't think that's possible. But um my kind of conundrum has been always that I attract a lot of connections, because of my human design. I have what they call magnetic monopole, and many people do, but you have to be a certain time of birth or whatever anyway, or other dates. And then I'm a generator, so that's like we have a very enveloping, warm aura. So we invite people in, or life basically, which is great in many ways. But in the same time, this is the kind of lesson of a generator. You kind of have to be really careful what you are attracting and what you are emitting, what you are projecting in a way, like as in what this is what I want. So you project that, you start emitting that energy and vibrating that energy before you attracted anything of it, and and in doing so you attract those things. But I mean, I came to this whole human design thing far late, well, like just a year or so ago, so late in life. And um, but also, so I just became more conscious of something I already kind of sussed out, that that's what's happening. But another thing is also, just this wasn't actually going to be the topic of the video, but who cares? I mean, I'm going to touch on the other one in a moment, the one I actually started the recording for. So the piece there is also that, just because, let's say, you want to attract career success or financial success, what you will attract, like, you want to manifest that, right? But what you will attract are not always, and I can promise you that actually count on this to happen, at least to be at least one of the things you attract, um, something that's actually hard, and that you just go, oh my god, didn't that's not what I wanted. But what's happening is you're essentially being given a task, you need to complete this, like a video game, right? Like, many theories on this whole, what are we doing on this planet, and what is this existence about. Like, it's essentially a simulation, matrix, all the stuff. If you're into that, you will know what I mean. But essentially, it's like, in order to get to the level you want to manifest, you need to go through those tasks, and some of those those challenges, right? And the ones that you didn't want actually are in front of you. You have to. It's not that there's anything wrong with your manifesting principle. It's just that you need to do those things before you can get to whatever it is you want to manifest. And again, like I said, I speak from experience. It's okay to sorry. This is the phone is resting on my stomach. It's okay to laugh about it now, but trust me, at the time I was like, oh my god. And there were a few of those times, definitely a few, not even a couple, a few. So anyway, but God, was it all for the best. Oh my goodness, I would not change a single thing. So, because I and many like me, with this monopole in particular, we just attract, Although nothing's still happening on this channel, which I'm just so over the moon. Anyway, um, is basically, yeah, you attract all kinds of stuff you don't want to attract. Partly that's also part of the journey, but also this is what you're vibing. So, which is the same principle. So, in order to fine tune your vibe, you need to identify where you're not vibing well, or the frequency you're emitting isn't exactly what you want. So, so you're attracting stuff you don't want, is essentially being told, like, okay, so you're actually vibing this, so maybe just, further clean up your act. And so, the same with people, and hence Maverick as a principle. So, and I'm sure you all read this anywhere, on social media, like you attract what you know, vibrate and all the rest. And also, if you are just true to yourself, then you will attract eventually whoever resonates with who you are. So back to the very original point I wanted to make about this video, on this video rather, or in this video, is that I love when people love me, love what I say, what I do. I love it. And that's it really. But what happens, because I love it, it's like, oh my God, it's like there are others who just feel this and, you know, agree with this, and, you know, are on my plane, on my vibration, on my camp, you know, on my team, right? We are on each other's team. Not that I'm, you know, anything. So if, especially if you're all declaring yourselves as Maverick, there's no leader. There's no fucking leader. There's just, you know, many of us who are kind of in the same team, on the same team. So it's just a fantastic feeling. But so a lot of the stuff, if you watch all my videos, is about the painful mistakes. It's not mistakes, the journey to get to this point. And I'm starting to feel like there are people who are definitely in another platform where I kind of run a business. But even as soon as it's a business, you can never be, well, that's what I'm experimenting with, and testing, and I want to be completely unapologetically me, and I will be, but I'm still not there yet. So I'm attracting, you know, still people who don't, you know, who I can tell, even though maybe they're nice in the sense that they're complimentary, like they say they agree, but I kind of get a sense from what they then comment, and or what, you know, where the conversation sometimes can go, but from other cues basically, and clues, that they're not really, but, you know, that's whatever they need to do and say, it's just fine. So it's when you're surrounded by people, and this is me thinking back on my life like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, from my birth, you know, in school. Well, you know, first few years are usually not, it's, you start becoming too aware of your peers and starting to moderate yourself and edit yourself, is that where all this starts happening, that you attract the wrong people, because you just play to other people's tunes. And, you know, I'm sure we all, well, I don't know if you haven't never done that. Yes, fantastic, I'm so happy for you. But yeah, so have I wrapped up and concluded on this? Basically, I am a Maverick. I am walking the Maverick path, in my own way, my own version of Maverick. But I do love when I find people who vibe my vibe and who get and love what I do. So I love having fans, right? I love having people who love what I do. But that only happens when what I do is independent of their love. I think that's it. That's the conclusion. And my voice is giving up, so that's a sign. Because tense lying like this, it's not the best for the throat open, physically and human design like wise. That's it. When you do you unapologetically, you will love. Well, you may love anyway, because of the insecurity and all the, you know, fears that I also speak from experience. When people like you, or, you know, follow you, or have fans, or agree with you, but there is a level, and this is where I'm, you know, where I'm at, and where I'm going, is the, when you get love because you do what you do the way you do it unapologetically. That's the beauty, and that is the only way to love your fans, and to have your team around you, or rather to be part of a community, to have connections. All the words that usually I would like just really have a major problem, because the way I live them, or the way I see the world lives these terms, these categories, these behavioral patterns and all that, are the way it's still done. And like I say, I've done it. It's just so unhealthy. But when it's done like that, when you're just uncompromisingly you, and then people just love that, but you're not playing to the likes. That's the key. You're not playing to the likes, to the loves, to the all of it. That's like a freedom, ultimate freedom, the healthiest breeze. I'm looking how to end this video soon. Yeah, so I think that's it for today. Have a fantastic Sunday, or day, whenever anyone watches this.